Hello, I'm Bill Isenhart. I'm the repair tech at Martin Music, and I'm going to show you today how to clean on a clarinet. It's really not very hard. It's very simple. Because this tube is cold and your breath is hot and full with moisture, when you blow in through a cold tube like this, the moisture collects on the inside of the instrument. A small amount of saliva goes in there. We try to keep that at a minimum by swallowing before we play. But you've got to clean your instrument out every time you put it in the case. It's like silverware. It's not something you clean once a week. It's something you clean every time you use it. So, basically what you need is a swab like this. This is a handkerchief with a string. It's a shoestring and a weight in it. There are basically two different kinds. This is a cotton one, which I prefer. Does a much better job. This is a soak one. The only advantage of the soak one is it probably won't get caught. So personally, I use a soak one in my case for jobs, so when I'm playing and I run that swab through there, I know it's not going to get caught. At home and the rest of the time I use a cotton one because it does a better job. The first thing I usually do is beef up the weight, so they'll drop through easier. I put a little piece of metal next to the weight that's in there and put a piece of heat shrink tubing around it to make it heavier. But it's real easy to do. After you get done playing, you take your reed off. I take the swab, drop it down through there, and you need to make sure that the rag is not twisted up or tied up. And it's real easy to do. Kids do it. Adults do it all the time. They get the rag twisted like that, and then when it won't go in through their clarinet, what do? They jerk on it really hard and have a real mess. So as soon as it won't go, try to get a hold of it, take it apart in the middle, be careful, pull it back out the other way, make sure it's nice and straight, hanging like a ghost. See, I've got it twisted there. There, now it's straight. Once it's straight, it'll go right on through, no problem. So I usually run it through once, always in the bell, out the mouthpiece. Most of the water and what small amount of saliva will be up here at the top. There's no reason to pull it down through the whole instrument. Always run it through backwards. So I'll run through once, take the clarinet apart, and look up in there. If there's more water up in there, I'll run to the top half again. Real easy. I always make sure the rag is nice and straight and hanging good. I go right through there. There is a tube. There are two tubes, actually, one from the thumb hole, one from the register key that stick up in the bore. Sometimes that'll catch your rag. It might tear your rag. It's not the end of the world. I take the clarinet apart. I wipe off any water here on the ends of the tenons. If I play for a long time and the instrument's particularly cold, I might take my finger and go down inside the tenons. Keep them clean. It takes 2 seconds. Same thing here. I go down inside the tenons, inside here. That keeps any old cork grease off there. Once in a while, when you grease the corks on your instrument, you need to put a small amount of grease on the cork and put it together. Some of that grease will go right up here and build up in there. You take your paper towel once in a while, go around there. I mean, I get clarinets in the shop, they're just coated with cork grease. All big globs of it on there. Kids get it on their fingers, they touch their instrument, they get it all over their instrument. So, be real careful. Run the swab through there once or twice. It takes about 30 seconds. I get done playing, take my reed off, take my swab. Here, I'll do the soak one once. Drop it down through there, make sure the rag's nice and straight. Pull it up through, put the instrument away. Keep it clean. That's all there is to it. You got to do it every time you play. Wipe off the excess cork grease. Keep it clean. Good luck.